I think he was speaking with MMA Junkie, I believe, and he was saying that, because a lot of people are saying that he has a reputation of being a cheater. He does glove grabs, fence grabs. He grabbed Dustin Poirier's like lip or something like that too, a bunch of stuff. And he's saying right now that it is actually, it's starting to get to him a little bit. And I'll just play this little bit of a clip here.
It's a tough narrative. With that being said, I also respect Patty for not making a big deal out of it. I mean, I think it's a sign of weakness when you start talking about a guy cheating.
Yeah.
The most interesting one to me was Justin Gaethje. Like Justin Gaethje's a savage and like calling me a cheater. I'm like, dude, come on, man. Like it's a little bit of a sign of weakness. But either way, things happen in there. The fans aren't gonna like everything that you do. Fans aren't gonna like you 90% of the time anyway. So it doesn't really matter. So we'll just leave it at that. I am doing exactly what I feel necessary in the fight. The referee, if they tell me to stop, I'm going to stop. There's a lot of things that you do inside the octagon that you're doing you don't even really realize you're doing, and it's the ref's job to tell you. So we'll see how these next couple fights play out.
So when you're actually in a fight, when you're actually in a fight, you personally, obviously it's chaotic, right? So when you're grabbing stuff, do you know what's like? Could you imagine grabbing someone's mouth?
No.
And then not knowing it's his mouth?
No. Yeah, I mean, Chandler's going to Chandler. He's an exciting fighter. It's the last thing I think of when I think to me the biggest, not the biggest cheater, but the guy where you're like, come on, dude, it was John Jones with the eye pokes. That's when you're like, come on.
Yeah, dude.
But for Chandler, it's not like the shit they're accusing him of. It's not like he'd ever changed the fight, changed the dynamics of the fight, and he won. I can understand if he's won 4 of his last 5, and he's doing these fucking lip fish hooks and grabbing dicks and oil checks and all that shit. People are like, come, dude, he's winning by cheating. But it's not like the cheating. He's lost 4 of his last 5. What are people complaining about?
Yeah,
he's getting fucked up. They're exciting fights. He's going out on a shield, so it's not like he's cheating to win. That'd be a different narrative. And also, does he do this? Because usually, whatever you do in practice, you're gonna do in the octagon. So I don't know his team. So is he doing some of the shit in practice? Because it'd be weird to never do it in practice, and go into the biggest stage and just do this new shit where you're fish hooking and checking oil. That's kind of weird.
The one thing that I
probably do in practice,
like actually trying to figure out how to do it, that'd be fucking
probably do in practice. But again, it's not like he's notoriously, cheating.
I mean, that's what people are saying, but
yeah, but it's just people that don't like Michael Chandler, and he's a big Trump supporter, so they're gonna come after anything,
I didn't think about that angle. But so
name a guy besides Diego Lopez. I don't know anyone who hates Diego Lopez. Maybe they hate his haircut. But there's not like a guy in MMA, UFC, the rest of the leagues or whatever, in the UFC that's just beloved by 100% of people. It doesn't exist.
No.
Doesn't exist. Volkanovski, no. Bryce Mitchell, sure as fuck not. Paddy Pimblett, sure as fuck not.
I think the closest, but it ended badly. Was Ronda. Ronda.
She always had horrible haters. Always. Max Holloway's probably the best example.
Yeah, he's definitely.
I don't know too many people that hate him. There's not like you can hate on Max for.
No, I think most people love
Max. Probably the most beloved
good pick,
fighter.
yeah.
Max is probably the most beloved. Ronda had horrible haters. Paddy Pimblett probably the most hated. Well, Bryce Mitchell. But there's it's just the MMA community. There's not Conor, especially these days. Good luck. Or even when he's coming up before all this weird shit outside the octagon, he was hated. John's hated. Brock Lesnar's severely hated. Frank Mir. You'd have to go like before the internet days. Or
Chuck was super loved too. Chuck.
But he's before, like Chuck, Randy, Tito, obviously hated now, but Tito back in the day, like there wasn't a lot of that,
Yeah, MMA community is notoriously known for the most hated. Yeah, the haters, the most haters. Yeah. But it is what it is.
This episode of The Schaub Show, breaking down UFC 314, is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial genius, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you when you need it, so your dollar goes a long ways. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates. Potential savings will vary, not available in all states and situations. Progressive. Let's get back to the program.
So this is, I'll let Dana speak. Meta, we already knew Meta was going to team up with UFC, but then he got into more details about it right here. Okay, let me refresh.
What's up, everybody? UFC and Meta just signed a massive long-term partnership. Meta will now become UFC's first ever official fan technology partner. This is great news for UFC fans. Why? Because this means that Meta will use all of their badass apps and technology like Instagram, Facebook, Threads, WhatsApp, and Meta AI to create amazing content and experiences for UFC fans. We've already started to work with Meta to create a new fighter ranking system that will debut later this year, thank God. We'll also be using Meta's AI-powered glasses to capture UFC content, and we're going to do things with Meta that will blow UFC fans away. The next few years will be an absolute game changer for fans of this sport. Stay tuned, everybody.
Makes sense. I mean, the rankings now, I don't know who the fuck's ranking them, but they're a little off. I mean, I guess you go digital. At the end of the world. It's not that big of an announcement, Well, just to let you guys know, Zuckerberg's not a cuck. He did not tell me to say that. Definitely not. He's on TRT. He does jiu-jitsu, and that makes him a man. Okay. Also, he did not take money from the Biden cabinet to push a narrative and suppress information during COVID. Zuck's definitely cooler now. He wears chains and white tees. You got a fro. Definitely not a cuck, guys. He's definitely part of our team. Okay, I'll buy that. Zuck trains MMA, everybody, and he's creating the rankings. So if you don't think he's going to list Volkanovski pound for pound number one, whether he loses or not, because they have a close relationship, you're out of your fucking mind. Mackenzie Dern, number one pound for pound fighter in the world. According to Zuckerberg, he's a real man. He's working out, guys. He does jiu-jitsu. It changes a guy. He didn't know what he's doing with suppressing information.
Oh, God.
He owns too big of a business. Who could run all that? But we'll give him all the other credit. Zuck's just like us. He hangs out at the UFC. Remember he's going to fight Elon Musk? You fucking idiot. That's like never happening. Come on.
I mean, these days, I think anything's possible.
No. Never happening. No.
I hope it does, though.
I'm a UFC fighter. I'm paid from Zuckerberg. The guy's pretty good. Okay. I remember. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Zuck became part of or was in the UFC stuff, all the fighters were like, "Hey, Zuck!" Remember all the comments?
Oh yeah,
it's funny.
Zuck, quick check from my wife. Hey, babe, just put an octagon. Is this serious? Remember that? Is what's like, babe, is this serious? Octagon in the backyard? Yeah, bitch, gotta train. Check out my 2 chains. I'm just like the rest of the guys. Okay. Callan and Rogan to defend him. Like, he's definitely jiu-jitsu and make you manly, dude. I'm like, okay. Do you know how hard it is to run that company? I bet he had no clue about the Biden stuff. Okay. We'll buy that narrative. Now he's controlling the rankings.
Not he, but Meta.
Oh, yeah, he owns Meta, bud.
AI. I don't know. We'll see how it happens.